Hey everyone, Panky here with a new video. I thought I'd do something a bit different from most of the people now who are starting their YouTube videos on Hyaku Asura, where most people post fighting, where I did do a story guide like most people do though. You guys know already, I do story guides for pretty much every single one of these games that releases. But yeah, I thought I'd go over some of the sneaks for the new update. I'm gonna personally put my assumption as it's either this weekend or next week. You guys try and put your suggestions below on when you think it's gonna release. But yeah, we'll go over a few things. Where here, I'm gonna go over the boss. Since I think a lot of players as well know from Azure, the bosses, since that game was pretty much the main one for them, apart from Mighty. But the bosses in this game are most likely gonna drop EC, cash, accessories, and maybe limited accessories depending on the developers. So I feel like that's a small thing I'm going to say now. Since Azure was exactly like that with its bosses, where you could get certain limited items, normal accessories you could always get, and then the money I think will probably get a high amount. I don't know how the devs will be, but with how much you get per quest, I'm assuming probably 100 to 200,000 minimum somewhere there. You'll probably get, or 200,000 maximum from the boss. And EC, I won't really be able to predict it, especially right now. But we possibly could get a high amount since a lot of people I've seen they have pretty high amounts and they don't even know what to do with it. But no, yeah, and he has 3 skills that we know of at least, which right here he has a smashdown, where I think this is probably one of the easier skills you can dodge since it's further out. So as long as you're standing under or behind him, it'll probably be easy to avoid. I'll just show again so you can see properly. See, it's right here. So it's probably easy to go under or behind him to keep hitting. For this one's quite close, so this one will probably be harder. But I'm already telling you now with this one, since it's in the front, possibly behind him is probably the best bet if you can. So I think what a lot of people will do during this raid is just sit behind him all the time and try and hit him. Most likely, at least. We'll just wait and see what cheese methods people come up with. And I mean, for this one, it's just a regular punch in the front, so this one's quite easy as long as you're on the side, on this side of him, or the right side of him, or behind him, pretty much. We do know what his boss bar as well looks like, which looks pretty sick. I don't know if they're actually gonna tell us his HP, which is kind of nerve-wracking, but I think we'll figure it out probably. Especially with a lot of people doing such high damage with muscle bolts, we'll probably figure it out. The next thing I'm gonna show after that is some of the styles and modes where this is all Curry. Now, the one thing I've already noticed about Curry, before I show this quickly, is the moves compared to Ryujin or Mighty or Aja, they're all quite short. So if you look right here, like he's pretty much like right there. But if I zoom in, because I'll zoom in for these so you guys can get a better look. But I mean, it's not much distance, and I know you can upgrade your skill, sure, but majority of the time, I think couriers are gonna be probably, muscle builds. So a lot of them are just gonna make their moves quite slow, but I think they might add range depending. Especially this one. This one has no range, but I don't think you really need range with this one because it's just purely an uppercut. This skill though was the one that I think shocked me the most because a lot of you know this one. I forgot the name right now, but you know this one usually goes quite far. But I mean, he's standing here and goes here. So if this is like the basic range, I'm quite shocked because I'm not sure how this is gonna work for a lot of people. I think it's gonna be, they're gonna have to try and, I think they're trying to push people to be a lot closer combat compared to every other game where people keep their distance all the time. Although even now you can't really keep your distance because of muscle bolts. This is the Raishin style, the Mikazuchi style. So you can see if I if I go in here, you can see a couple kicks, and then he shoots them up. What I can at least assume from this might ragdoll you, but if it doesn't, I think you just can obviously dash backwards and kind of keep your distance. This is definitely M1s with a skill. And with how that sounds, I can guess already we're probably gonna be able, or anybody with Mikazushi can probably electrify the person with that, maybe stunning them for maybe a second or two, at best. But with this, if you ragdoll with this will probably be one of the most terrifying styles to go against in raids because of the fact of if you have a friend who's a fat or a muscle build, or just using wrestling or sumo, they can come and just drop down on him and hit him. So it's like a free damage hit also in between. And if I'm correct, yeah, this skill as well does the exact same thing where it flips you up. Now, if it does the exact same where you get knocked, ragdolled and knocked down, you can probably do that as well during raids. So this is probably gonna be one of the scariest styles to go against in raids if there's multiple people on one person at a time. Now, this one is just a small barrage where I think with this one at least, it's different to the Muay Thai and Taekwondo's, like Cleaving Fang or Knee Strike, where it's not like a grab. It might possibly be a grab because if you look right here, there's a small kick you do. So this kick could possibly be like the grab, and then it gets you stuck in that. We don't fully know, but if it's a normal barrage, this similar to like flicker jab, it might be easy to get out of possibly. Now for these, I know the first one is the water kata for Nico style, which is a grab here as you can see. I'm not sure on the second move here though, where you guys can leave below in the comments what you actually think it is. And I'll just show again the water kata. It's a small grab. It's got quite a lot of range though. For a Nico style move, most of these don't ever really have range. But for it to have a pretty nice distance is really good. This is a grab, I'm not sure. I think this is already in game, is it? Look, I apologize. It's been a minute since I'm pretty sure that is a wrestling build, so I do apologize for that part of this part of the video and all that. Now this is demon back. I can assume already this is demon back just for the fact that it goes to your back specifically. So we can assume we're gonna get an animation for demon back here. So this will be quite nice, honestly. It'll be interesting. I 100% can tell you now this is probably gonna be muscle builds. Yeah, and here's a few Hanma skills where you do, and I'll replay it again. You do a double hit on the ground. I can tell you now with muscle builds, these are probably gonna be some of the most terrifying builds we could probably deal with, especially during raids again. Just for the fact of that. This move will probably be one of the best grabs as well. I think this could also probably possibly work for leans, but I know for a fact since this is gonna be a muscle style, most likely it's gonna be horrible real damage for leans, which is the issue. But I think it also makes it a lot better for the fact of that. There's also, yeah. So this is a small combo. This could probably gonna be like knee strike or cleaving fang, where you grab him and then you can knock him like that. That's at least what I'm assuming, since it's got like an animation like that again. But and then this is the two miscellaneous things I want to show, which is we have a Hadouken. Terrible. Sorry for the explanation. But this is Ryu's move from Street Fighter. So we can assume we're gonna get a lot of Street Fighter and Tekken things, just like this one, where I'm assuming this is King's. If I just zoom in a bit better, this looks a lot like King's style right here. Especially, I mean, the muscle things here, so maybe it helps assuming that's King. And I think one of the best ways to also show it is the fact that there's a bundle for King right here. Where this bundle is Armor King from Tekken. So if you know, you know. This is Tekken 8, if I'm correct. This is the Tekken 8 outfit. Kinda wish it was the Tekken 7 for those who know. If you don't know, go check the Tekken 7 outfit. It's probably one of the coolest outfits in my opinion. And the last thing I'm gonna just show for this video is the hospital. So we got a whole new map, and there's a lot of new things you can see. So if we just pause right here, we can also see someone in the back there. Not sure if that's an NPC or what that is. The quality is quite bad, but we can see a little bit. I'm mostly gonna analyze the beginning for now, where we can see some of the signs as well. And I'm gonna try and see quickly here. No, I can't really see what this is, but this looks like a building we're probably going to. This looks like the wrestling building possibly here. But this is what the hospital looks like, at least right now. Here's the nurse. And then it looks quite nice, actually. This was really well designed. And then there you can see the stat checker, which is in the corner, actually. I don't know if that's... It doesn't look like you can grab it, though, so they may possibly move it. Probably put it next to the nurse. There's the guy again, actually. So we can assume, yeah, that's going to be an NPC. I don't think this NPC is in game. If the NPC is, I apologize. I just have never seen this NPC once before. I'm not sure though. So if you guys have any suggestion on what it might be, let me know in the comments. Let's try and figure out what some of these things are that we don't already know, or we don't know possibly. Maybe one or two people may know and can try and give us a hint. There's a few rooms there, and then here's the beds. actually got plenty of beds right now, so it's actually quite nice for a lot of people who are not in gangs or just starting the game. So it looks like this is quite well done for a hospital. So they look like this update is gonna be massive, guys. So also there is gonna be a lot of codes, and a lot of people who are like, oh, should I play this game? Should I not? Or they're like, oh, I'm just getting into this game. Try, even if you don't have macro right now, try to get up to 50 TP, because a lot of the codes require at least minimum 50 TP right now. And if you can, there's a high chance you could possibly get auto macro for free from that alone. So try at least to do that and get to 50 TP before you start playing properly, at least, or gain properly into the game for this new update. But I think that's everything for right now that I can show, because that's all they have in sneak peeks, at least that we know of that's new. But I hope you guys are also excited for this update just as much as I am, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all next time.